Head into 4th of July weekend. This country, sadly, is a mess, and it feels like we're at a bit of a tipping point, doesn't it? There is a shocking lack of patriotism coming from the far left. We've been seeing this for a while. It's become fashionable to show disdain for the United States, to hate capitalism and favor collectivism, which is either socialism or, of course, communism. It's everywhere. Athletes, major stars, major corporations are pandering to this. Most of it is loaded with hypocrisy, wealthy people who've been handed everything by this capitalist free country, pretending that they don't like it, pretending that it's not fair. Much of it is also pandering to the ongoing race war and the large crowd claiming perpetual victimhood and, of course, all the goodies that come with that. Now, this country has always had its critics, those intent on highlighting perceived failures or injustices that they see, but the mainstream always seem to defend the country. But that is changing, and that's what's really scary. Members of the left clamoring to outdo each other with their smears and their insults, elevating some of the dumbest voices America has to offer.
What these politicians are objecting to is a factual analysis of our history, warts and all.
We live in a country with systemic racism.
Confront the injustices that have been built into every social system within this country. We can confront the institutional racism that this country lives with every single day.
What do we call this, if not systemic racism, institutionalized discrimination?
Angry liberals, always the same. Most of that is utter nonsense. America has more black wealth than any other country on earth, literally thousands of black millionaires in a country that they claim is horribly racist. Private corporations are clamoring for diversity, hiring based on race. At our universities, white students are passed over in favor of minority students with much lower GPAs. If we're racist here, it's against white people. That's the honest truth. It's pretty amazing to see what a victim looks like in America these days. Here's one, athlete Colin Kaepernick, abandoned by his mom, raised by a white couple, given every advantage, leading to an NFL career. That career never recovered from his political stunt, as he disgusted a large swath of NFL fans by kneeling for the national anthem. A millionaire, pushing for Marxism, calling police officers pigs, hating his own country. But of course, he's still raked in a multi-million-dollar Nike contract, so he's got plenty of money forever now. The one company, of course, that hates America just as much as Colin Kaepernick. They both have so much in common, right? They're both in America, and they're both rich, thanks to America. With the Summer Games approaching, the Olympics, get ready for these dolts to be celebrated around the clock as they rip their homeland apart on the international stage. The insufferable clown, Gwen Berry, the athlete from the sport you've probably never heard of until this week, until she decided to pretend to be surprised that the national anthem was played at a national championship and she enjoyed her moment in the spotlight. It was all, of course, orchestrated. She had her big makeup on. That was the whole point. Playing the victim in this country is the fastest way to make up for being third best in a sport. Everybody knows who she is. We still don't know who the other two women are. Case in point, again, Chelsea Wolfe, an alternate on the Team USA BMX team. Yes, there is such a thing. They ride the bikes, apparently. She reportedly vowed to burn a U.S. flag on the medal podium. Anti-American sentiments on college campuses as well. Not a new concept, but telling students that America was founded to preserve slavery and teaching kindergartners that their skin color is their most important defining characteristic is a concept that was supposed to be killed off with the rest of the Jim Crow South. Many parents are seeing their kids indoctrinated and are now fighting back.
When you talk about critical race theory, which is pretty much going to be teaching kids how to hate each other, how to dislike each other, that's pretty much, I don't care what you say, it's pretty much what it's going to all come down to. You're going to deliberately teach kids, this white kid right here got it better than you because he white? You're going to purposely tell a white kid, oh, the black people are all down and suppressed. How do I have 2 medical degrees if I'm sitting here oppressed?
How do I have 2 medical degrees if I'm sitting here oppressed? Amen, sir. Just a decade ago, it would be inconceivable to think that you could go against the teachings of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., but that's exactly what this new woke ideology does. Dr. King wanted color blindness in our society. The left wants race and color baked into everything. If you're a black athlete playing a game for millions of dollars, you're still a victim. If you're white and you live in a trailer park, you are somehow still an oppressor. And they think this makes sense. And it's really scary to see the highest levels of our government adopting so much of this nonsense too, and it's happened so fast. And it's all, of course, for politics.
So I don't think we believe that educating the youth and the future leaders of the country on systemic racism is indoctrination.
We're going to finally root out systemic racism in this country.
America has a long history of systemic racism. Black Americans, and black men in particular, have been treated throughout the course of our history as less than human.
Joe Biden, the president, has made some of the most racist comments of anybody that's still in office today. The man who didn't want his kids growing up in a racial jungle now sounds like an Ivy League race and gender professor. You think that's real? It's all for votes. You can always trust that. This is the left's panic button after watching Donald Trump double his share of the black vote in 2020. And how about the chairman of the Joint Chiefs buying right in as well? One of the most embarrassing moments for our military in a long time was this.
It is important that we train and we understand, and I want to understand white rage, and I'm white, and I want to understand it.
That, my friends, is a man that'll do or say anything to keep his job.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.